Congratulations. Tremendous job you're doing. I want to thank everyone for being at the White House, a very special house, a very special place, no matter where you go in the world. I love the White House, and being here in the East Room of the White House in particular, where so many important functions have taken place over the years. And today we're really celebrating American workers and small businesses, and we've done a job for you, and we're going to make it so as we open up our country, you're going to be in good shape as opposed to be either losing your business or how do we get some people to work here, especially since your employees were so good over the years, and those are the ones you wanted. So we made that possible for you. We're delighted to be joined this afternoon by representatives of several incredible small businesses from across our country. Also with us, our Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin. Steve, thank you very much. And SBA Administrator. You've been busy, Steve, by the way? A little bit, right? Broke every record in the book. And SBA Administrator Jovita Carranza. Thank you, Jovita. Have you gone to sleep in the last 2 weeks? I don't think so, right? You broke every single lending record, numbers of loans, amount of loans, small business. It's actually a very big business when you think about it. Thank you very much, Jovita. Great job. As our nation battles against this terrible scourge, we continue to pray for the victims as well as for those Americans who are grieving their lost ones and their loved ones. There's never been anything like this. We suffer with one heart, but we will prevail. We're coming back, and we're coming back strong. We built the greatest economy anywhere in the world 2 months ago, and we're going to build it again. We're going to build it fast. It's going to go very quickly. And Larry, thank you for being here very much. You see what's going to happen. I think you have the same feeling as I do. It's going to come back very fast. Now that our experts believe the worst days of the pandemic are behind us, Americans are looking forward to the safe and rapid reopening of our country. Throughout this ordeal, millions of hardworking Americans have been asked to really make tremendous sacrifices. It's sacrifices like nobody thought would even be possible. Nobody thought would ever be talking about something like this. This virus has inflicted an enormous and painful toll on our nation's workers and small businesses. That's why last month I asked Congress to pass the Paycheck Protection Program, giving small businesses emergency economic relief to keep workers on the payroll. 4 weeks ago, I was proud to sign it into law. We did that at a great ceremony with many of the people here and the officials here, and it was something. And I can tell you, I'm going to ask Steve to say a few words, but the kind of numbers and the kind of jobs they've done and the kind of jobs that have also been saved, it's incredible. You'll be seeing that in the coming weeks. The Treasury Department and the Small Business Administration launched the program in record-breaking time, just 1 week, and in the 14 days following its launch, we processed as many loans as the SBA would typically process in over 14 years. So in 14 days, they did more work and more loans, both in terms of applications and in terms of dollar amount, than they did in 14 years. 14 days, 14 years. Easy one to remember, right? That's some record. The first round of funding provided more than 1.6 million small businesses with over $340 billion so that American workers can retain their jobs, receive their paychecks, and help our economy take off quickly once America reopens for business, which is happening right now as we sit. We're going to be all set. You all ready? I know you are. I talk to you back there. You're ready. You folks are ready. Our swift action supported or saved 30 million American jobs at least. And last week, Congress answered our call to replenish the program, and I was honored to sign an additional $320 billion for American workers into law. At least $60 billion are reserved for community financial institutions, including those that serve minority and distressed communities. And that's also, when you think, it's African-American communities, it's Hispanic-American communities, it's Asian-American communities. We began accepting applications for the second round of funding yesterday. Demand is extraordinarily high, and there are already twice as many users accessing the system as on any day under the first round. And one of the things that the Secretary of the Treasury told me is that the amounts are much more loans at much smaller amounts. And we like to hear that because we're looking at the small amounts, the smaller businesses, and that's what we want. Nonetheless, we're processing loans at a pace never achieved before. In the first 24 hours of the second round of funding, we've handled over 30% more loans than any previous day of the program. So far, we've processed an amazing 450,000 loans totaling over $50 billion. That's in phase 2. That's incredible. Along with Administrator Carranza and Secretary Mnuchin, Ivanka has played an essential role in spearheading this important program. Incredible role. That's what she wants to do. She wants to help people. From the beginning of my administration, Ivanka has used her experience as an entrepreneur to fight for the American worker. She's created many jobs. That's what she did when she first came in. She just wanted people to be able to get jobs and job training. Went to the biggest companies anywhere in the world that are located in our country, and they would take hundreds of thousands of people and train them. And I think you got up to almost 15 million people, right? 15 million. She started off with a goal of 500,000. She wanted to get 500,000, and she is now on almost 15 million people. And I'd like to ask, if I might, Ivanka, to say a few words as to what's exactly happening today, what's happening over the next week, and what her views are for what's going to happen over the next period of time. It's going to be something I think it's going to be very special and bigger and better than anybody really understands. Let's see if I'm right about that. Ivanka, please.